Don't look now, but there's been something hidden underneath us all this time. Buried below us is the truth, the Tartarian Empire. Now, this refers to a pseudo historical conspiracy theory that a highly technological and architectural civilization was buried by what was called a mud flood. Well, this is brought on by a certain building types and certain structures that we see every day, and we just don't pay any attention to them. So let's talk about this. What is Tartarian style? That's easy. Well, it's an elaborate Beaux Art, Romanesque, and neo-classical building that we have here in Detroit. If you're in Detroit, think of the Detroit Institute of Arts. Okay. See, even in the city that you're in, there must most likely be some buildings that match this criteria. Just look around. I've compiled some photos from around the globe and especially North America that support this type of design. So I'm going to be showing them up on the screen throughout this. From spires, domes, and ornate structures and stonework, as well as the subterranean levels that are partially buried where the windows are seen from around the city. So you can see them right at sidewalk level, and there's definitely buildings going down, and there's no basements to it. You'll see even remnants of an advanced power generator grid or even evidence of this mud flood. So here's some historical facts. There was a massive economic boom in Detroit in the late 1800s and early 1900s, where a lot of wealthy people had invested in that and they built a lot of great structures. And the term Tartary, well, that's derived from a landmass that's not appointed to a country or a region. Now, that term had fell out of favor by the Mongolians and the Serbians, their dynasty, which at that time ruled most of Eurasia. Now, although Tartaria was known to be technologically advanced and a global empire, academia just rejects the claim based on there's no proof or there's lack of proof. But is there proof that we know of, but we don't even realize what it really is? Hmm. They say the buildings that look like they have subterranean levels, that was caused by world wars and the destruction of these cities. But someone remind me, what cities in the United States were destroyed by any world wars outside of 1812? If there's no proof, explain to me Nikola Tesla. This man originated from the exact area in Eurasia which is known as Tardia. And his vast knowledge of advanced technologies was unmatched at that time. From the Tesla coils, the G engine, and we'll talk about that in a future episode. Now, that thing is the one that pulled energy from around the atmosphere of the Earth and dispensed free energy and Wi Fi all around. And that was in conjunction with what was called the Wardenclyffe Tower. Because of that Wardenclyffe Tower, he was self sufficient with power and even had enough stored around that he could help just generate the power for the neighboring towns. See, someone that brilliant that wants to supply free Wi Fi, power, and electricity to the world just doesn't stop, even if JP Morgan Chase had pulled funding. It does make you think, doesn't it? So, yeah, like the academia says, there's no real proof outside of maybe some structures that you think are Tartarian. And again, Tartaria was this big landmass in Eurasia that was undefined by any kind of dynasties at that time. So, it's not real, right? Well, until the Tartarian tablets were recently found in Romania, and that was carbon dated or carbon 14 dated to be at least 1,000 years old, and that dates even before Mesopotamia. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they say that the writing on that tablet matches stuff from 2 to 5,000 years ago. That is definitely before Mesopotamia text, and that was known to be the first written language. So, guys, let that sink in, and you be the judge if you want to believe about it or not. All right, everyone. I'm the Comic Plug, and this is Everything Bagel featuring the Comic Plug. I will see you guys next time. I'll have something really entertaining for you guys, I promise.